I feel like I'm back in high school again. 18 years old, turning 19 in less than a month. Put together a slideshow deck to talk to you local service-based business owners about how you're most likely using AI incorrectly. And if you're actually wanting to make money with it, like what needs to be done in order to actually do that. Because there's like so much talk about how Claude, ChatGPT, OpenClaw, these new tools that came out, although you're more concerned with actually what happens with the day to day, you might have seen these on social media just blowing up. Claude replacing entire marketing teams and building out software for every type of business, both online and in person. ChatGPT, it's just everyone knows it, and OpenClaw, literally replacing humans in admin work and repetitive workflow based environments. But the thing that's really important is that there's just too much noise right now. The thing to consider is that it might actually be not worth it to go through all this and not know where to put your time and where to put your eggs in the basket. Because there's a lot of talk about use AI for this, use AI for that. It's hard to know how do you actually just use AI as a home service business owner and make more money, right? Like what are the things you can do to actually make you more efficient, because then everything else is noise. You hear talk about AI receptionists, right? Replace your secretaries, right? And that's cool, but that is only good if you don't have systems in place. It's the wrong focus for business owners above $2.5 million a year. And if that's you, you probably already have all this stuff in place, right? We're not looking to integrate website chatbots. All this is great only if you're not putting all your eggs and your time and attention on it. There's like AI-powered CRMs. You already have all this stuff if you're an established business owner. If not, it makes sense, but it's not going to be the marginal move. So then what is, right? Well, the first thing to consider, AI right now is like the woman in the red dress. It's really flashy, distracting. It feels super important, but you don't want to take your attention off of what's already gotten you to this point. Because what got you to this point is revenue-driven tasks, things that you and your team are doing that are super high leverage that actually move the needle. And most of this AI is just noise. Subscriptions, spending time figuring it out, learning it, and setting it up. It's burning a lot of mental bandwidth with like putting resources into things that don't actually make you more money. So the question is, where are you already making money? Right? Like what are you doing right now that is making you money? And the answer is likely you're running some ads, you have some offline marketing, you're doing door knocking, or you might be just doing cold calls with a call center, have a ton of referrals. Maybe you run some Google ads, you get some shared lead providers to send you some leads. And the bigger companies doing some mailers across entire states into every single good county, right? Those are the things that actually generate money. Having a sales organization, running sales meetings, training hard, that is what makes you money. So the question becomes, what do you use AI for? And the answer is very simple. If you want to use AI, you're going to make so much more money. You're going to run laps around people who take too long to adapt to this. Don't replace AI and put it into places where you don't have things already. Just put AI where you're already making money so that you can execute faster on these things. So don't replace what's broken. It's going to amplify. This is the new way to approach bottlenecks in business. You've experienced this, right? So the way from $0 to $1 million a year is very simple. Just work hard, right? But then the owner, they're the salesperson, they're the lead project manager, and then they become the bottleneck. And then you have to hire a sales rep. The owner doesn't take every single call. The owner also hires a project manager, a secretary to stop taking calls, and the owner can start focusing on the visionary stuff. How can I focus on getting more calls from my team? Since I'm the bottleneck, I need to replace myself, and that is what they do, right? Now that you have something that's actually moving, a vehicle that actually makes you money, you probably already have the systems in place and you're growing a little bit year over year, but you're probably not growing as fast as you know you could be, right? You're running some marketing. And the thing is, it's probably because you're using humans to do a lot of the stuff that AI can do for you. And humans are slow. Computers are fast. Computers are pattern recognition machines, and so are we. But the thing is, they don't have 24 hours in a day like us. They have much more than that. They're just way more efficient. So how do you actually use AI to make money? Well, AI is like, if you think about it, 100 team members working within any given one of your departments in real time. It's the efficiency of having 100 team members being backed by private equity, right? So without AI, you take action, you launch a marketing campaign, where your sales reps, they go on an appointment and you have to wait a week until the meeting to give them feedback, right? So it's taking an action, waiting for data, someone looks over it, you have a meeting to decide, or you look over data and make a decision, and then the change is made. The cycle time can last up to 2 to 4 weeks. This is in marketing, this is in sales, this is in decision making. With AI, you take an action. For example, you launch a marketing campaign, $1,000 a day. AI receives your data instantly because it's checking not every week, every single hour, right? It's identifying patterns quickly. It's bringing the data to you instead of you or your team looking for it, and you're able to make the decision based on the data, or it can help you make the decision. Change made, cycle time, hours, right? So it's not sexy. It's not like an AI receptionist or a chatbot, but it actually makes you more money. Here's how. Number one, sales feedback loop. Reps shouldn't wait until your Tuesday or Friday weekly meetings, right? The old way is reps are going to close appointments, they finish it, right? Then they wait for the meeting, and that's a couple days of just waiting without getting a bunch of feedback. And then they meet with the sales team, and then you guys go over the same stuff, right? The better way to run this is using AI, right? Instead of letting your close rate not be as good as it could be after letting the reps repeat like the same mistakes or not getting them feedback fast enough from the sales manager, with AI, the rep closes an appointment, they go into the CRM, they put some notes in, you have an automation where you talk into it and the rep essentially gets immediate feedback and they get coaching. Even if you have a 1 to 2% uplift in points per close rate, that can mean tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars a year per rep extra generated for your business. All right, and then when it comes to marketing, right, you're spending probably around 10% proportion of revenue in proportion to marketing spends, like $100,000 to make $1 million or like $1 million to make $10 million, right? The issue is slow decision making. So why is that? I'm gonna zoom out for a second. Slow decision making is a hellscape. You need to make decisions fast. Money loves speed, and right now, money is using AI to make more money. Without AI, you launch a marketing effort or a campaign, whether it be a call center, Meta ads, Google, anything online related, TikTok. Without AI, the old model of thinking about these things is you're going to give it a month. Maybe you'll throw a few thousand at it, like 3,000. So that's like $100 a day, right? So you spend $100 a day and you run your ads. You wait 1 to 2 weeks, and then you gather all that data. And then after 2 weeks, you're like, okay, what's working? Did this make me more money? How can we improve it? You're paying for a parking spot, as an example, very easy to understand. You're paying for a parking spot as if you were to go somewhere, but you're not even bringing your car. You're paying for something that you're not using. That's how it feels right now to not have AI. You're paying for something for not using it. If you can't attribute your sales back to marketing, that's wasted dollars. You could have $100,000 in ad spend or marketing spend, or $1 million a year in marketing spend, and only like 10% of it be actually effective to what drove their most revenue. And so not having these feedback loops is causing your business to lose money because you're putting money in places that don't actually bring your revenue up. And so having pattern recognition, AI systems, AI is really good because it can go through data really quickly. So with AI, I can tell you right now, my team is spending, and I'm spending $3,000 to $5,000 a day on our marketing company, which we help roofers per day. And it's a very small total addressable market, probably much smaller than your addressable market. Your addressable market is probably between 1 and 5 million people. A small percentage of which those people actually need roofs, but still a bigger market than mine. Nevertheless, the reason why I'm telling you this is because I don't have the liberty of being able to run ads for a long time to roofers. Roofers are smart and intelligent people. Home service businesses are smart, intelligent operators who have a lot of experience and awareness. And so when it comes to that, I have to deal with a lot of issues. Issues that come up like I need to change the way that my ads look or come across to be able to capture the same attention. Ad fatigue on steroids, right? When you're spending $3,000 a day, what takes you a month to achieve that? Spending $100 a day, I spend in 1 day, right? So the question becomes, if I just have a 2-person team, me and my marketing helper, how are we able to get the same output of an enterprise level, maybe multi-8-figure company or like PE-backed company with just 2 people? Well, it's because we used AI to monitor our results daily, hourly, and identify patterns, attribute ads, specific ads back to revenue, and concepts about what we're trying, what we're testing that's working, and we're just putting more money into what works. We're not wasting time. This is not sexy, and I can totally see that, but it's very important to understand. And that brings me into my next slide. So I am qualified to tell you this because I'm not just theorizing it, I'm doing it. And I'm sharing all this because I know that there's so much noise out there that there just needs to be some sort of information about like how do you actually take AI and implement it into your business. There's so many different ways. Why I'm qualified to tell you this, my name's Oscar. I own a marketing company called RoofIgnite, our sister company being Contractors Ignite. Here's me with some of our North American team. We've serviced over 80 roofing and home service clients across America. And we spend $600,000 a month across our client accounts. So we see patterns quick. And like I said before, we spend $3,000 plus per day. And here are some pictures of me with some clients in person. We are a digital marketing company based in Canada. Yes, but we also just work with Americans. So this is us with our American clients when we're traveling abroad. And this is us at acquisition.com. We went to Alex Hermosi's acquisition.com scaling framework, his workshop. We've had thousands of conversations with roofers over the years. We see the lower successful end of the spectrum and the medium and the high. And the high end of the spectrum, it's always the fastest operators. It's all about speed, right? Like what you can do, like the example of ad spend. What you spend in a month, I would spend in a day. It's the same. Like you already know that. And this is me and my partner, Manny. We scaled our marketing company to $2 million a year before age 19. This is the problem that forced me to build all this. It's a lot of frustration. So $500 a day, it's manageable, especially if you have a TAM, right? And this applies to your home service business. But the issue is that spending $500 a day and then trying to jump and double your spend because your sales reps then have capacity and then marketing becomes your biggest bottleneck, it's not as easy as just flipping a switch and doubling your spend. You deal with different issues, right? At $500 a day, you're still figuring things out. You kind of have what works. But every time you try to scale ad spend, you might feel like you're spinning your tires, getting less results for more money spent. And although that is normal, not to the extent at which you might have experienced it. You notice that things break, right? It's around the $2,000 to $3,000 a day for most people that everything breaks. You can probably get up to $1,000 with just humans checking your systems, right? Problem is the same homeowners in your area are going to be seeing the same ads and the same style of things, and you're going to be experiencing ad fatigue on freaking steroids, right? Create a blind spot. It's really difficult to see what's working when you have multiple campaigns up, right? And needing like an actual manpower person watching this campaign, it's expensive. You probably have an agency, or if you've done this on your own like in-house team, it's expensive, right? They might not be as fast as you want them to be. They might not be bringing you daily reports, hourly reports, making decisions, telling you what needs done. And there's also an issue. Sometimes marketing brings in a ton of leads, right? Volume is good. So cost per appointment might look like it's decent, but then when it comes to the quality, it's hard to tell like which campaigns are actually bringing in the leads that are high quality, because when you're scaling ad spend, things can seem like they're working, but then that's on the marketing side. When you talk to your sales team, it's like, holy shit, dude, these leads suck. Like I'm getting leads that are talking to 10 other companies, and they're telling me like they don't even like, they weren't approved for like insurance or financing because they're just broke, right? That's an issue. So it happens to be like needing to tighten up that gap between like marketing and the setting process, the qualification, automating that entire thing and sending the report back instead of having weekly meetings, right? Then comes the sales part. There's not enough time to go over every single sales meeting. It's probably illegal to do this, and I definitely I'm not an advocate for it because I haven't looked it up, but recording sales meetings between homeowners and sales reps and then feeding into AI and then checking for compliance. How close do they stick to the sales process that your team built, right? And if they stray off from it, they get less points out of 10. But if they're just dialed in, even if they don't close, it's a 10 out of 10. They did everything they could. That's the rating process, right? That's how it should be. How it currently probably is you have multiple sales reps, you go into a meeting, you do some objection handling, they do some role play, and they're not really harping down on the objections for the reasons why they're not closing most of the deals that they lose, right? So there's a lot of wasted time between the sales reps taking meetings, your money that you're spending to get the appointments for them, and them not closing as much as you know they could be. And the people that are crushing right now are PE-backed firms and small, like $1 to $20 million a year home service businesses that are running laps around their competitors with AI optimization. What I've actually built. So all these issues, all these things, my frustration, it forced me to use AI, specifically Claude Code, to build workflows that essentially were me and what I do on a day-to-day basis, which is monitor the data, read the data, analyze patterns, make decisions, allocate budget. Because like at this point, you realize that you are money allocation and capital allocation, not effort, right? It's still very difficult for me, but I do it. It's fun. And for you, you might have those similar things in your business. But for me, automated sales analysis. Me and my partner, we just record every single meeting that we have. We put it against what our sales process is built out to be to take on clients. And we can give feedback to our reps without sitting on the phone with them or waiting until our daily meetings that we have. Right? They get immediate feedback. They can take it, go into their next meeting an hour later, and reply to it. There's also a creative production engine. This is not applicable to smaller businesses, south of a couple $1 million a year, because they're not spending enough money on ads. But an issue that we face as we try to scale ad spend is our message or like specific marketing archetype that we put out there, our hook. It gets fatigued because there's only so many people that actually resonate with that given message, right? So the question becomes, how do you add new stuff in there? How do you say the same thing in different ways to be able to spend more money and reach people that the new messages might actually resonate with? And the answer is sales reps on the ground level, talking with homeowners, reporting back the conversations that are being had. And that pumps out into new pain points, new angles, new hooks, industry patterns, taking that AI, putting it into creating ad copy, refining it based on what works, right? Looking at what worked in the past, and pumping out the new creatives quick. Then ad fatigue becomes manageable. You can also track like, hey, when is ad fatigue going to occur? Historically, it happened after a week with this much spend. You have that pattern. You have that reliability. Here's the third system I built. Pattern recognition. I give it all the ads I ran with my hundreds of thousands of dollars spent in the past year and 2026, right? And it told me, why did the winners win and why did the losers die? I realized that running ads with me and my partner in it did better than when we were individual. There's also other patterns that I noticed, like when I talk to roofers that are winners and I don't say things like, oh, you're skeptical, you've burned money on Angie's, you might have had a bad experience with marketing companies. I noticed that those bring in like skeptical individuals who might not be the highest quality client. And so the way this is applicable for you is like specific messaging to deter non-financially qualified homeowners. You realize that the nuances in the ad platform, they're so smart. They're $1 trillion company. You're just needing your side of the system to be able to tell them what you want. And that's how you portray your company with your messaging. So pattern recognition so that you can repeat more successful actions. Here's the most common AI mistake. And this is what I had when I was first starting out. This was only a couple months ago. I was asking AI, like, what do I do? Teach me how to do this. Instead, I shifted. I saw a YouTube video or like a Twitter post. I was like, okay, let me just feed it my data. Here's what worked for me. Here's what didn't. Can you tell me why? And then can we make more of that? You give it your data. You tell about yourself. You tell about what you do, your issues. AI will find the pattern. You expose the unknown unknowns. And you act off of that. That's the right way of using AI. And speed is an unfair advantage. Like I mentioned, having AI for a local service-based business is like being PE-backed without losing your equity. Feedback loops is the weapon. It's very unsexy, but it's fun, so much fun. You have an idea, you launch it, you get data quick, AI analyzes it, and then you get to see, did it actually help you? And instead of taking days or weeks or month, you do it in a couple hours. This is why I say competitors of yours that aren't doing this, you can run circles around them. but only if you act now. Because if you don't, soon this was just going to be like surface level knowledge, but you can be so much more ahead if you start now. PE level outputs, no PE required. Before, you need like a 10 to 50 person marketing team if it's a big enterprise level company, right? Maybe they're not all American, you hire them overseas, but you need data analysts, you need creative production managers, you need editors, you need social media managers, you need media buyers, just entire teams, right? Call center managers, SDRs, setters, customer care coordinators. So many roles, but you can save on payroll and you can make your current team more effective with AI if you just make them more efficient. Now it's the same speed and intelligence of a PE-backed firm, same creative volume, same feedback loops, fraction of the headcount, and you keep more of your profit. And this means that in the future, the gap is widening. Right now, operators that move faster on marketing, fix their data loops faster, make better decisions on where money goes, spend money better, pay less on payroll, they will lap the competitors in their market. And those that don't, they're going to be like silently shifted out the market because they get no eyeballs. They get just very small parts of the market. AI integration for local business owners isn't going to be like a robo arm that auto nails the shingle into the roof. It's going to be more so like looking like a well-oiled machine, a well-oiled marketing and sales organization. And that's really what's winning right now. And if you made it to this point in the video, I know that I caught your attention. And it's because we're dealing with the same problems that many 7- and 8-figure businesses are dealing with right now. We're also implementing everything we do for our own marketing company to get clients, just like you, for our clients. We're running these systems inside our company. We're taking what works, and we're putting it into our clients' marketing systems we built for them. If you want help building marketing powered by AI, I have a call to action for you. You should probably click on the link in the description because you can speak to my team. You'll see how they run a very well-oiled machine. Exactly how we do it for ourselves is probably how we could do it for you. And even if you don't know that this is right for you yet, or just using marketing and AI powered systems to make faster decisions and making more money, you could learn more. We could look at your numbers, break everything down, and see how it might so that you have the given data you need to make decisions. If you want help, if you want to learn more, go to this link right now. It's also in the description of this video. Go book a call. My name is Oscar. I'm the owner of RoofIgnite. We'll probably see each other around soon on another video, so just stay tuned. There's a lot of bangers coming soon, so take care for now. God bless.